buck stopped in Sheriff Truman's office. In Sheriff Truman's office, the mounted buck's head hangs with a plaque reading "The buck stopped here," in a reference to President Harry Truman's motto, "The buck stops here." David Bowie nearly came back for the return. David Bowie was set to reprise his Fire Walk with Me role as Agent Philip Jeffries in the 2017 reboot of Twin Peaks for Showtime. Sadly, Bowie passed away in 2016 before he could shoot his scenes. The character reappeared as a strange, teapot-like construction deep within the Black Lodge. In an interview with Pitchfork, Lynch talked about what Bowie meant to him, saying there's something about him that's so different from everybody else. I just wish he was still around and that I could work with him again. Jacoby is based on a famous psychedelic guru. Jacoby is similar to the late ethnobotanist Terence McKenna in many ways. They have similar physical appearances, personal styles, and career paths. Both spent time in Hawaii, and Jacoby's famous mushroom lamp reflects McKenna's writings on psychedelic mushroom culture. The Missoula Connection. Maddie is visiting Twin Peaks from Missoula, Montana, which happens to be David Lynch's hometown. Director Lesli Linka Glatter loved to include a particular Easter egg in her episodes. In each of the director's 4 episodes of Twin Peaks, there is some type of convention happening either in the forefront or background of the narrative. Glatter notes, "In the first episode I decided that there would be an American Indian Movement convention in the background. I didn't know whether people would notice it, and it wasn't made to be specifically noticeable. I didn't ever ask for it, I just did it," and then other directors continued that idea. Co-creator Mark Frost made a cameo as a reporter. Frost can be seen in the first episode of Season 2. He had an uncredited appearance as a TV reporter on the news show Shelley is Watching. This character was later revealed to be Cyril Pons, a longtime Twin Peaks area journalist. Frost reprised his role as Pons in Twin Peaks: The Return. Everett, McGill, and Wendy Robie played a couple elsewhere. Everett, McGill, and Wendy Robie played a couple elsewhere. You can stay at the real Great Northern. You can stay at the real Great Northern. The Black Lodge floor pattern appears elsewhere. The same chevron pattern is in the lobby of Henry's apartment building in Eraserhead, also directed by David Lynch, and on Lillian Palmer's coat in the first episode, a sly bit of foreshadowing on the part of Lynch and Frost. Maddie Ferguson was a last-minute addition. Lara Palmer's look-alike cousin was created because David Lynch was so impressed with actress Sherilyn, who also played Lara, he wanted her in the series full-time. In an alternate scene, Ben Horne killed Maddie. However, it was never intended to be shown in any form. They only filmed this alternate version to keep spoilers about the killer leaking. Kyle MacLachlan's brother played a corpse. The corpse in Season 2, Episode 13, Checkmate, was played by Kyle MacLachlan's brother, Craig, who also worked on the series as a production assistant. Sheriff Truman's name has two origins. Sheriff Harry Truman's name is an homage to the president, but also to Harry R. Truman, an 83-year-old lodge owner who died in the 1980 Mount St. Helens eruption in Washington state after refusing to evacuate. Twin Peaks was set in and shot in the state of Washington. Philip Gerard was a reference to The Fugitive. Also known as Mike, also known as the One-Armed Man, David Lynch named Philip Gerard Al Strobel after a character from the TV series The Fugitive, which also famously featured a mysterious one-armed man. Audiences booed Fire Walk with Me at the 1992 Cannes Film Festival. When Lynch released Fire Walk with Me at the 1992 Cannes Film Festival, critics weren't just confused about the Twin Peaks prequel, they were furious. The original series, which started airing in 1990, garnered critical acclaim, and fans were upset with the narrative of the film, which chronicled the week before Laura Palmer's death. The film was famously booed by the festival audience. Since the show's 2017 revival, the film has a newfound following. Critics hail it as an underrated masterpiece and admire the film for balancing the humor in the grotesque so perfectly. Josie was originally written as an Italian countess. In the series' pilot script, Josie Packard Joan Chen was Giovanna Pasqualini Packard, an Italian countess who would have been played by Isabella Rossellini, who was dating David Lynch at the time. However, Rossellini could not commit to the entire series, so the character was rewritten. Only 5,120 people live in Twin Peaks. Only 5,120 people live in Twin Peaks. Audrey and Cooper were intended to be lovers. Audrey and Cooper were intended to be lovers. The actor who played Bob wasn't actually an actor. The actor who played Bob wasn't actually an actor. Twin Peaks was influenced by Marilyn Monroe. Twin Peaks was influenced by Marilyn Monroe.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care, bye.